Gender diversity is not just good for women, it's good for anyone who wants results. That's a quote by Melinda Gates. And I'm sure it resonates with all of us. I now request Alison MacDougall, HR Director at Subsea7, to dwell on the topic Diversity Ambition to Life, and Subsea7 is our diversity partner. Welcome.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As it says on the screen, my name's Alison MacDougall, and I'm the Human Resources Director at Subsea7 for the Projects and Operations Division. But before I discuss how we're bringing our diversity ambitions to life, let me introduce you to Subsea7 with a short video.
Through the continuous evolution of lower carbon oil and gas to enabling change through renewables and emerging energy, this is how we differentiate ourselves. By early engagement and system innovation, leading to optimized solutions and predictable project delivery. Through collaboration and partnerships, which are locked into our DNA, we operate on a global scale while building strong local relationships and partnerships. Our integrated services make standardization and optimization of systems across the full subsea spectrum possible. Through our commitment to sustainable delivery, we mitigate the impacts our activities may have on the environment, and we treat people and communities fairly and with respect. Using digital solutions across the full energy life cycle puts us at the cutting edge of efficiency and competitiveness. And through a market-leading portfolio of advanced enabling products that builds on 50 years of experience, ensuring we are uniquely positioned in the global marketplace to adapt. At Subsea7, we create sustainable value by delivering offshore energy transition solutions for today and tomorrow. And so our journey continues, making possible a future as dynamic and exciting as the past.
We're a global organisation with almost 6,000 crew and a fleet of nearly 40 vessels that operate globally. The makeup of our crew is different to many of you in the room today, as only 35% of our crew are mariners. The rest are what we call project crew, who execute our energy projects. For example, technicians, divers, ROV pilots, surveyors, engineers, and many more. However, our overarching commitment to our whole team is to ensure that we have a culture in which we can all work and thrive in. That's our Being Seven promise. At Subsea7, we appreciate and are very proud of our diverse team, and that's why we're very happy to be the diversity partners for the event today. So thank you for the opportunity. This is our first time attending the event, and we look forward to networking with many of you. We started our journey seriously about 18 months ago by looking at the gender imbalance across our fleet. We also made the decision to stop theorising and explaining to everyone just how difficult it was and to start taking some action. So here is our story of the bringing our diversity ambitions to life. A question that we get asked regularly is why now? Internally, we have been very clear. The diverse teams not only perform better, make better and quicker decisions, have a more engaged workforce and less recorded injuries. And with regards to culture, it is a far more positive one, but perhaps we just all behave better in diverse teams. Safety is one of the values at Subsea7, and psychological safety is paramount, particularly due to the remote nature of our workforce. This is not just the view of us, it's backed up by theoretical studies that are relevant to all industries, not just ours. As I've already said, we have multiple nationalities across our fleet, and we have had for many years. So this is not our primary focus. Gender balance is where we have a lot of work to do. So, our starting point in April 2022. Our global offshore population was 97% male and 3% female. And of that 3% female, only 1% were seafarers and 2% were project crew. So as a comparison, according to the survey completed in 2021 by the IMO, less than 2% of the global seafaring workforce is female. So to help the female representation, we have focused on 5 key areas. Make possible, which allows us to concentrate on our external influences to support a more gender balance within our sector. It takes time, a lot of time and effort, to increase our underrepresented groups. So we need to be sure that we have an inclusive culture and a working environment in which we can all thrive. And as I've said, gender balance has been our major focus, not only across our crew, but also in leadership positions on our vessel. And while nationality balance isn't our main focus, we do recognise that we have to increase our underrepresented nationalities within the vessel leadership team. And finally, we have to ensure our recruitment pipeline policies and processes underpin the ambitions that we have for the future. I don't expect you to be able to read what's on the screen, certainly not all the words, but hopefully it will give you an idea of the level of activity we have undertaken in 2023. And it will be interesting to see what impact that has had on our number of female on their fleet, but that's to come. Before that, I do want to highlight some key initiatives that we've had a great impact. The first are Respect in the Workplace audits, which are carried out on an annual basis on all of our vessels and concentrate on 2 main aspects: the facilities provided on board and the softer things like female PPE and female toiletries. Recruitment and selection is also, I've mentioned before, has also been a key area. We've given our teams clear direction to enhance the focus for underrepresented areas in the recruitment process, but also ensuring fairness to all and not just those underrepresented groups. Let me give you a little bit more information about our Women's Offshore Forum. We hosted 2 informal events, specifically to understand what it was really like to work for Subsea7 at sea. We wanted to have an open and honest conversation with around 40 of our female crew, and we wanted to hear and discuss directly with them. We got a lot of information about facilities, the culture on board, what hurdles they have to overcome on a day-to-day basis, but we also wanted to be sure that our women felt psychologically safe in their working environment. The attendees also got benefits from attending the forum: professional development, a support network of colleagues and mentors, and increased confidence. Before I go through what the outputs we got, here are some direct quotes from the attendees, which I'm sure you'll agree are all very positive. So what did we get from the events? Well, this has helped us shape our plan for the rest of 2023 and beyond. Firstly, we now have a network of ambassadors, which was really important in helping us review and develop our policies and some of the actions that you can see on the screen, including a published, updated family leave policy. We also busted some myths about working offshore and the career options available to both on and offshore teams, and what transferable skills they all had. We created a first-time offshore guide, again with the help of this network, and this can be used for anyone who is going to sea for the first time, but it does have a bias towards women. This has also helped us plan new development programs, some which have started and some which will come next year. These include an offshore women in business program, offshore management development program, 7 ally training, and managing difficult conversations. All in all, it was a really worthwhile event for both attendees and the company. So all that said, how does that translate into the numbers and progress? Just build the suspense. We went from 97 women in April last year to 123 women in August of this year, which is an increase of 21%. I appreciate that we're working with small numbers, but we're very proud of this achievement. It's been exhausting and a lot of hard work by our team. We had to think differently about most things. Recruitment had to be done differently, vacancies had to be written differently, and a lot of effort was placed on bespoke talent attraction. And in 2024, we will continue to focus on attraction and also increase our emphasis on culture to ensure retention. Now knowing the effort that it takes to increase the gender imbalance within our crew, we want to keep the momentum for our progress this year, as we're very proud of how far we've come. We haven't done anything out of the ordinary, but it has been targeted, and there have been some things that we won't do again. We have also made some mistakes, and we certainly don't have all the answers. I strongly believe that we can all help each other. I'm very happy to share things that we have done, and I'm equally happy to use ideas from others. So, 2024 and beyond, we all have barriers to entry and a problem with attracting female talent into our industry, something that we all have to play a part in. We also have to focus on the next generation, the early years, especially from school age. We work with crewing agents, who we call our third-party crew, and we aim to have a focus on this in 2024, to engage our crewing agents to increase our third-party female representation on our vessels. And as I said, I personally don't think we should be precious, and we should share our learning. We have a great opportunity to benefit and learn from each other and make progress. I'm very happy to take suggestions and learn from each of you and your experience. I've spoken so much today about inclusive culture, and it really is the foundation to a positive and diverse workforce. It's also key to retaining talent, so we will continue to focus on our culture and make sure it's inclusive for everyone. And finally, if you want to learn more about working at Subsea7, please scan the QR code or seek me out in a break. And I'd like to thank you all very much for having us at the event today as diversity partner, and I also appreciate you listening to our story, and it's one that is most certainly going to be continued. Thank you.